Go to localroofs.com.
Follow the leader.
KBLA Talk 1580.
Follow the leader.
Be sure to follow us on Instagram at KBLA 1580.
Follow the leader.
Are you ready?
The station leading the way with exclusive interviews,
Follow the leader.
stimulating conversation, and intellectual discourse that empowers, enlightens, and informs.
Follow the leader.
Follow the leader at KBLA 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
Keep following the leader.
Follow the leader. Follow the leader. Follow the leader. Follow the leader.
I'm Zoe Williams, the voice of reason. If your relationship is in trouble, I'm the dude to call. Has your soulmate become your cellmate? Does black love still exist? What are your bedroom turnoffs? Fantasies and fetishes. Financial infidelity. I'm dating a fat person. Are they worth the wait? Trust me, this gonna be crazy.
How about the heavy stuff?
The child wasn't his, and he still had to pay child support.
It's a very heated topic.
How was that right?
Mama's baby, daddy's maybe.
I just have so many questions I want to ask you.
I just like to kiss. Is there something wrong with that?
Damn!
He told me he had a vasectomy. I'm pregnant.
Betrayal has been committed.
Hit you with the bad pipes routine.
How does he maintain his humposity?
He likes it when it pinches my neck.
Why can't you open up, brother?
I'm a karate man. Karate man rules on the inside. They don't show their weaknesses.
Yeah.
How do you write women so well?
Zoe Williams,
Reason and accountability.
the voice of reason.
You know, the idea of dream analysis, I suppose, is one of perhaps Freud's major contribution to modern Western thought. The idea was there was something to dreams. And I suppose what Freud did is said, hey, look, isn't it strange? We have this whole other form of thought that we engage in at night, and it speaks in a language that we don't really understand. And so what the hell is that? And you can say, and many modern people do, dreams are of no significance, or even that they're random processes, which is an absurd proposition, obviously, because whatever they are, they're obviously not random. So Freud's idea was that there was something in dreams that was informative. So now he had a method for extracting out from the dream what the dream purported to represent. And he outlined that in great detail in The Interpretation of Dreams. And if you want to read one book by Freud, I would highly recommend that one. It's a very long book and it's very detailed, but Freud does an extraordinarily comprehensive analysis of the way that dreams work. Now he made because he had brought a theoretical framework to bear even on his investigation into dream structure, he concluded that dreams were essentially wish fulfillments. And that's where Jung and Freud disagreed. He also believed that the primary motivating factor of human beings was sexual. And now that's a tougher one to toss aside, because even if you're a Darwinian rather than a Freudian, you're going to obviously support the proposition that sexual motivation among any living creature is going to be one of the highest order motivations, because otherwise creatures don't reproduce and prevail over the long run. So the question is that the ultimate source of motivation? And in some sense, the answer to that has to be yes. Well, Freud wanted to make that in some ways the sole source of motivation. And I'm oversimplifying, and I hate to do that in relationship to Freud, because he was not a simple-minded character. Jung had a dream once, if I remember correctly, that Freud and Jung were excavating a basement. And so Freud had already discovered the basement, let's say, so that would be the unconscious structure of the psyche. And Jung broke through into another basement that was a multi-chambered place, so many, many, many rooms. And I suppose...
Man, that's very interesting. When I hear this kind of talk, when I hear this kind of jargon, what it does for me, it makes me think that human beings are still figuring out how to be human. Like, we have no idea about the immensity of the human condition, right? We learn something about ourselves every day, right? And you could tell a lot has been learned since Carl Jung and Freud. A lot has been learned. However, I still feel like we know less about the subconscious than we do about anything else in existence. Now, the ancients had it framed differently. You get to talk to your ancestors. through the dream world. The ancients saw the dream space as reality. They saw the waking space as the matrix. They saw it as not real. This is why our Buddhist brothers would call this world Maya, an illusion. They were like, oh, you want to talk to your grandmother and get the jewels? Go to sleep. Put her in your mind. Go to sleep. Now, Western thought sees that as repressed memories and emotions and thoughts and ideas. The Western thought sees the subconscious as this giant, what do they call those places that is storage, right? A giant storage space for random thoughts and processing thoughts and organizing thoughts and labeling and categorizing thoughts. But I believe that it has a more spiritual context to it. And I do believe that there could be a benefit to doing some dream work with your significant other in order to get a better picture of who they are. At the beginning of the first hour, I talked about a man who killed his in-laws. Just woke up in the middle of the night and drove. I mean, the man was hitting. How does that work? How do you turn your blinker on but you sleep? How do you wait at the light for it to turn green but you're asleep? He was asleep. His name was Kenneth Parks. And this happened May 24th, 1987. A man assaulted and murdered 2 people, but unlike any other ordinary case, he managed to do it all while he was asleep. He was a 23-year-old man living in Toronto. He drove approximately 23 kilometers, which is 14 miles, to his in-laws' home in the condition of sleepwalking. And the cold part is, his wife was a runaway. It was because of him that he got his wife to go back to her parents. He was a good person. But whatever was going on, they said he had some kind of stress, some type of tension, financial issues. Something was happening. And he was, I guess he was supposed to go to his in-laws' house because they loved him. He was supposed to go to his in-laws' house. Yes, parasomnia. Yeah, that's what it is. Yes, he was supposed to go to his in-laws' house the next day because they had set up to do a barbecue. So he already had that in his mind. I got to go over there anyway. He woke up in the middle of the night and all his other repressed stressors caused him to drive and take it out while he was asleep. And he got off. He got off. I'm just saying, man, you don't know what's under the surface. You don't know who's sleeping in bed with you. Listen, do you know how fearful people are of telling the truth? A lot of people are fearful of that, right? A lot of people. Sometimes I'm not comfortable telling the whole truth. But yo, if you go to sleep with all that repressed stuff, where's your outlet? How does it get out? Some people say through dreams. Here's some facts. Blind people dream. What? Yeah. Blind people dream. People who become blind after birth can see images in their dreams because they got memory. I remember what a tree looked like, and they remember that, and they dream about it. People who were born blind do not see any images, but they have dreams that are equally vivid involving their other senses: sound, smell, touch, and emotion. It's hard for a seeing person to imagine that, but they're dreaming in sensation. People who were born blind, right? But the body's need for sleep is so strong that it is able to handle virtually all physical situations to make dreams happen. Isn't this interesting? All right, we got stuff tonight. Let's get these callers back in here. Nazarene X, get in here and finish your thought, good brother.
Yes, sir. Well, my thought again is like, I just try to remain grounded and all, but I'm just naturally aloof, one of them big kids, imaginative anyway. It's just, I know really succubus and all them other folk they say. Yeah, sleep paralysis, all these other things. Like, when you don't have some kind of grip on your own bearings, or you're not conscious or whatever, like, your body will protect itself, or your reflexes extend beyond REM sleep, I believe. Like, at some point, like, if the smell of bacon could wake you up, then, I mean...
The smell of bacon?
You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. If some people could sleep through certain things, but what's the thing if you... like I said, I just got stuck on that whole part of, like...
Well, no.
When you got a crazy person, apparently, huh?
You brought up something really big when you talked about sleep paralysis. Now, you know, we black people. What are we going to say sleep paralysis is?
With this terrestrial radio.
Just tell the truth. We going to say it's demons, it's the devil. We going to come in here with sage and holy water. We going to pray.
On these new airways, it be on that demon time, though, right?
Right. We going to say... Hey, I remember my great grandmother, Emma Sue. Oh Lord, she was like, one time I couldn't move. I was in the bed and I was awake, but I wasn't awake, and I could see, but I couldn't move, and I felt a presence.
Lord.
And it wouldn't let me go. It would not let me go. And
Lord.
And then I said, Jesus wept. And I was released.
Hey, that's the truth though, huh? I promise you, like, because if you ain't calling on Jesus, then, like, hey, or whatever you talk, you gonna say something, get off me.
Right.
You know what you up for.
But do you know what that is, according to Western science?
Well, is Carl Jung considered Western science, though? Because ain't he, like, on that, he on one of the other side?
Nah,
too?
Yeah, he's Western. Come on. Western.
Yeah, okay.
Him and Freud, they Western. No, but do you know what they consider that? You know what's happening? They're saying the brain is lagging. So your eyes wake up before your brain can tell your body to wake up. Because remember, you're functionally paralyzed when you're asleep.
Look, that's why I don't like them white folk, because they be the same ones with electric shock. And this same boy that was playing around with the subconscious, not playing around, but again, like, that red book, as far as, like, exploring the subconscious and how it can have you so-called tripped out or lose your sanity, those lines where they blur with the studies or whatever people's approaches are, like, again, that's why, again, shout out to the Voice of Reason. There's a spiritual principle in all of this, and that's for real, for real. When you're trying to, navigate accordingly. Shout out to you, man.
I love it, man.
I don't know what's happening.
I love it, brother. Guess what you just did?
ATL in the building.
ATL is in the building. If you want to bring your city in the building, all you got to do is call me at 1-800-920-1580. We're on fire tonight. I'm going to talk to her, transformed from Austin, Texas. When I come forward, let's get it.
Reasons. The reasons that we're here, the reasons that we fear, our feelings won't disappear. You're listening to the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
Climate is king.
At KBLA Talk 1580, we believe that caring for the community means caring about the climate. You might have heard that we announced a pretty bold 12-month, $2 million campaign to do 4 things. Increase climate literacy, turn up the volume on communities of color in the climate conversation, connect everyday people with the resources they need to survive and thrive, and highlight frontline climate justice crusaders of color throughout this year. KBLA Talk 1580 will be bringing you insightful interviews on all of our shows to help raise your climate IQ. Each quarter this year, we will also be hosting free climate events in various communities throughout the city with food, fun, and forward-thinking conversations. Thanks to partners like LADWP, Metro, Caltrans, the Sierra Club, the California Community Foundation, the California Endowment, AQMD, MWD, and more. You'll also be hearing more about a couple of national town halls broadcasting live from Los Angeles, to which you will be invited. And we'll be rolling out a robust social media campaign on all our platforms, as well as an outdoor media campaign, all designed to educate, enlighten, and empower you in our fight for climate justice.
We want cleaner air.
Caring about the community means caring about the climate. At KBLA Talk 1580, we believe that we really can change the world if we care enough. 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 Helping to broaden your political and moral imagination with our 2024 climate justice campaign. We're KBLA Talk 1580. KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580 believes in community empowerment through the arts. Tia Chucha Central Cultural is on a mission to transform community in the Northeast San Fernando Valley and beyond through ancestral knowledge, the arts, literacy, and creative engagement. The Northeast San Fernando Valley has a population of about 500,000, the size of the city of Oakland, yet it has no bookstores, art galleries, or full-fledged cultural spaces until Tia Chucha's opened its doors in 2001. Founded by renowned poet and activist Luis Rodriguez, Tia Chucha's Cultural Center provides a year-round free or low-cost arts and literacy bilingual intergenerational programming in mural painting, music, dance, writing, visual arts, healing art sessions, and healing talking circles. Activities also include Mexica, Aztec dance, indigenous cosmology, philosophy, and 2 weekly open mic nights, one in Spanish, the other in English. In addition, they host author readings, film screenings, and art exhibits. To express yourself, heal yourself, attend an event, or volunteer, please visit www.tiachucha.org. That's TIACHUCHA.org. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
You know you want some more. It's the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
Dream away. I think I'm gonna have to stay forever. I adore mi amor. I adore mi amor. You want to take a place. You say you treat me better. I know for sure. You see she loves me, and I could never leave her. Never, baby. Yeah. Chica, tú eres mi vida, la tenuta y alegría, amor. Y este sueño.
All right, so I got this topic as a request, and I think it's a really, really good topic. Both of these frameworks are pretty great for understanding some basic things about human nature. That said, I do tend to like Carl Jung's theories better, and I'll be talking a lot more about Carl Jung in the future. I just think that his stuff is more all-encompassing, and it just is a bit more interesting to me, just in terms of it being a way of looking at dream symbols and the human personality. So before I go into the differences between these two psychologists, I want to cover some of the similarities between them. All right, so Carl Jung and Sigmund Freud both subscribe to the idea that there's a conscious mind and an unconscious mind. And our unconscious mind is basically where we store all of our repressed traits, and that they kind of agreed on, even though
Wait, stop. This is getting scary. Can I ask the listeners, KBLA Talk 1580 listeners, can I ask you guys, are we really only in relationship, or do we only desire to be in relationship with the conscious part of ourselves and our partner? Can we ask that serious question? I don't want to be in relationship with your subconscious and that monster down there, down in the. You guys remember the movie Inception when Leonardo DiCaprio's woman was down that elevator shaft somewhere, tripping, running after them kids. Y'all remember that? We don't want to be in relationship with that. I think most people want to be in relationship with the conscious you. And this is why it's so difficult being in a relationship with a human being. A human being is inherently flawed because a human being has a subconscious that is the repository of not only his flaws, but generationally speaking, generational curses and tasks and curriculums. Oh, this is heavy. And most people are like, I didn't sign up for that. I signed up for the conscious you, not the unconscious. You need to work on yourself, you. Here's another dream fact that psychologists support. Dreams are not about what they are about. Now, let me stop right here. Sisters are psychic and they know when you cheating and they dream about it. Them dreams be real. When a sister wake up in cold sweat and go, where is he? And then text you, I know that woman in your house. I know she there. Oh, I know she there. I believe sisters are psychic. I believe sisters have a sixth sense. Now, some people might say this is woo-woo, but this is what psychology thinks of it. Dreams are not about what they're about. You can't tell that to sisters. Sisters dream about you cheating. They know. I believe they know. If you dream about some particular subject, it is not often that, if you dream about this subject, right, a particular subject, it is not often that the dream is about that. Dreams speak in a deeply symbolic language. The unconscious mind tries to compare your dream to something else which is similar. Tell that to sisters. If a sister sees another woman in your house in her dream, she gonna take it literal. She's not gonna see that as a symbol. She ain't gonna be like, and then brothers, you can't go to her and say, girl, that's symbolic. How you cheat? You cheating on your diet. That's what that is. See, you cheating on your diet got turned into a symbol in your dream that no, you can't pull that with sisters. This is heavy stuff. This is really heavy stuff. We got callers on the line. Let's get them in here. We got LS. They've been on the longest from Hawthorne. LS, what are your thoughts on tonight's topic?
Oh, man, this is like so many layers. Like, where do we start? So to answer the first question, yes, women are psychic.
I believe
and
it.
we do have a sense to know what is happening, especially if we are closely connected to someone. Mm-hmm. Now, about these dreams, of course, in your dream, depending on how powerful you are with your own mind and your energy and know how to work it, you can use that time of what they call sleep as a way to travel into other places that, that you don't think you could do right now. Like, a lot of people think it's called deja vu, like, oh, I experienced that before. But when you have it in your dream, deja vu is what it's called. When you have an experience in your dream, then later on, while you are awake, you experience the same exact thing. It could be a year from now. It could be a week from now. It could be, the next day. But if it happens, that's deja vu. And I've experienced that many times in my life.
Say the term one more time. What is it called?
Deja Rive. So Deja and then Rive, Reve. So like French,
Deja
Rive.
Rive. Interesting. Oh.
Yeah, so like I've experienced multiple times with a like situation that's more significant. Recently, like or a year or so ago, my brother apparently he was having an overdose. I did not know this, of course not. No one in the family had talked to him for over 6 months, but I had a dream that I was pumping on my brother's chest and saying, come on, and I yelled his name and I woke up out of my sleep because I'm not a person who talks in my sleep. So later on, maybe 2 months later, my brother had called me. Then he tells me like, oh, yeah, sis, I went through this. And I said, I had a dream that I was resuscitating you. Then he told me like, yeah, like I had an overdose. They had to use 4 like narcos and they had the machine on me to bring me back to life. And he was like, thank you, sis. I'm glad you was there. So for us, it seems like a normal conversation, right? But for me, it's just like so surreal. Like, okay, life is real spooky out here. If you want to know more will come your way. Be careful what you seek because you will find. But then if you can accept that this is the truth and possibly this world that we're in now, this physical world that is 3-dimensional, is actually a place where we're kind of trapped in, then you begin to look at it as a way to learn more. So I've actually experienced an olfactory sense while I was asleep. And this happened before I was ever pregnant with my only child, my daughter. And I was holding the baby. I didn't see her face. She had black hair, fair skin, and I smelled her, and I was like, oh. So when I told my mother about the dream, she was like, yeah, like you're gonna have a girl. But I was like, yeah, okay, Mom, right. A year later, I get pregnant, and of course, I'm pregnant with a girl. And the same smell that I smelled in that dream is the smell that my daughter had. So
wait a minute. Wait, hold on. It's getting too spiritual. Hold on.
It's just real life.
It's getting too spiritual. I got to add the Western thought.
Here we go.
Wait a minute. According to psychologists, external stimuli invade our dreams. This is called dream incorporation. And it is the experience that most of us have where a sound from reality is heard in our dream and incorporated in some way. Like your alarm clock could go off, and in the dream, that's turned into a siren from a fire truck. This happens.
That has happened.
External stimuli. So wait, hold tight. Don't go nowhere. LS, stay with us when we come forward. It's about to get even deeper.
I think I'm gonna have to stay forever. I adore me amor.
He's on fire tonight. It's the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams exclusively on KBLA Talk 1580.
I'm Amber Payton. Here's the latest on the Black Information Network. Charges are being dropped against a community activist and former Easton City, Pennsylvania council candidate. In August of 2022, 56-year-old Lance Wheeler was accused of threatening a group of boys who were misbehaving in a school transport van he was driving. He faced charges of simple assault and terroristic threats, but the charges have been dropped. Wheeler, who is black, is part of a community group called Westward Wise, which stands for Watch, Identify, and Speak Up for Everything You See. The group works to decrease the amount of crime in the Westward community. Austin Peay State University is providing more opportunities for students of color. The university recently opened a new chapter of the National Society of Black Engineers. The goal is to get more black students involved in STEM. This week, about 35 members of the chapter are traveling to the National Society of Black Engineers annual convention in Atlanta. That's the latest. I'm Amber Payton on your home for 24/7 News, the Black Information Network.
Can your roof handle extreme weather? If you have leaks or a roof that is 20 years old or more, go to localroofs.com to schedule a free roof checkup and estimate. Get a new roof for as low as $198 per month on approved credit. Restrictions apply. Go to localroofs.com.
Follow the leader.
KBLA Talk 1580.
Follow the leader.
Be sure to follow us on Instagram at KBLA 1580.
Follow the leader.
Are you ready?
The station leading the way with exclusive interviews,
Follow the leader.
stimulating conversation, and intellectual discourse that empowers, enlightens, and informs.
Follow the leader.
Follow the leader at KBLA 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
Keep following the leader.
Follow the leader. Follow the leader. Follow the leader. Follow the leader. Follow the leader.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580 reminding you that we keep us safe. Pro Football Hall of Famer and urban peace pioneer Jim Brown believed in just that. So he founded the Amera I Can Foundation for Social Change in 1988, focusing on at-risk and high-risk youth in underserved schools and juvenile detention facilities, as well as adult incarceration and reentry initiatives. The core of the Amera I Can program is its 15-chapter life skills curriculum. Mastery of these skills allows individuals to meet their academic potential, conform their behavior to acceptable societal standards, and improve the quality of their lives by equipping them with what they need to confidently and successfully contribute to society. Today, the foundation is led by its president, Monique Brown, who has been actively involved in the organization for more than 25 years. The Amera I Can Foundation continues its work in memory of its founder, actor, philanthropist, and NFL legend Jim Brown. To get involved or make a donation, please visit AmeriCanCommunity.partners. That's AmeriCanCommunity.partners. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
Eggs are a staple in our diets, and there's only one egg with more delicious farm fresh taste plus superior nutrition. Eggland's Best. With more vitamins, including 6 times more vitamin D and 10 times more vitamin E, plus 25% less saturated fat than ordinary eggs. Available in so many delicious varieties: classic, cage-free, and organic. Eggland's Best. Better taste, better nutrition, better eggs.
My mom has taken up going to the park to practice yoga.
My dad's going to a club, but not a book club, a salsa club.
Finding new hobbies comes with age.
My mom has started getting lost and not knowing where she's going.
Becoming lost or disoriented doesn't. Confusion with time or place may be a sign of Alzheimer's. An early diagnosis can help improve the quality of life for your loved one. Learn the warning signs of Alzheimer's at 10signs.org. Brought to you by the Alzheimer's Association and the Ad Council.
If you're looking for the most epic place on Earth, let's start at the base of a massive waterfall. Then trek through the thick jungle. Then climb to the peak of a snowy mountaintop. Then once you get there, keep going. Because with intelligent 4x4 and 7 drive modes and a Nissan Pathfinder, the search is the real adventure.
Available feature. Intelligent 4x4 cannot prevent collisions or provide enhanced traction in all conditions. Always monitor traffic and weather conditions.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580, connecting you with services and solutions. Single Moms Planet is a nonprofit organization dedicated to uplifting under-resourced single mom business owners and working mothers nationwide. Single Moms Planet offers comprehensive programs of financial literacy, business development, mentorship, and entrepreneurial training. They provide education, accountability, and hope. Single Moms Planet was founded by model, TV personality, and producer Nefertiri Plessy. Nefertiri felt firsthand the challenges that face single moms as she was raised by a working single mother. She learned that the most disadvantaged group in the United States are single mom families. According to the U.S. Census, 30% live under the poverty line. So she decided to do something about it, along with co-founder Cole Patterson. Their goal is to end the poverty cycle in single mother households through education, opportunity, and networking, providing family and child enrichment programs for under-resourced single-parent families. Single Moms Planet serves over 10,000 single moms and their children each year. Studies show that business development and financial literacy provide a positive environment for children and families, exposing them to new possibilities and opportunities. To attend one of their fun events, make a donation, or get more information, or if you need help as a single mom, please visit singlemomsplanet.org. That's singlemomsplanet.org. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
This is KBLA Talk 1580. Talk radio. That's music to your ears. We're unapologetically progressive. KBLA Talk 1580. You're listening to the voice of reason with Zoe Williams. Only on KBLA Talk 1580.
I'm calling you up. I'm calling you up. 'Cause I need a love doctor, and I need it right away. I'm calling you up. I'm calling you up. 'Cause I need to hear the doctor's voice of reason.
Yo, so I got this two-timing chick who got her revenge from when I was on my two-time tip. And even when I tried to correct it, she couldn't get past how she was disrespected, neglected my effort, a pair with no trust, dirty games and affairs that been tearing us up. If things ain't picture perfect, is it really worth it? I have an idea, but I need to know for certain.
I'm calling you up. I'm calling you up. 'Cause I need a love doctor, and I need it right away. I'm calling you up. I'm calling you up. 'Cause I need to hear the doctor's voice of
And so Jung got very interested in dreams and started to understand the relationship between dreams and myths, because he would see in his clients' dreams echoes of stories that he knew because he was deeply read in mythology. And then he started to believe that the dream was the birthplace of the myth, and that there was a continual interaction between the two processes, the dream and the story, and storytelling. And well, you tend to tell your dreams as stories when you remember them. And some people remember dreams all the time, like 2 or 3 a night. I've had clients like that, and they often have archetypal dreams that have very clear mythological structures. I think that's more the case with people who are creative, by the way, especially if they're a bit unstable at the time, because the dream tends to occupy the space of uncertainty and to concentrate on fleshing out the unknown reality before you get a real grip on it. So it's like the dream is the birthplace of thinking. That's a good way of thinking about it. And so because it's the birthplace of thinking, it's not that clear. It's doing its best to formulate something. That was Jung's notion, as opposed to Freud, who believed that there were sensors, internal sensors, that were hiding the dream's true message. That's not what Jung believed. He believed the dream was doing its best to express a reality that was still outside of fully articulated conscious comprehension.
Dreams are deep. But what can they tell you about your significant other? Right? There are a lot of dream theories out there. Psychoanalysis, activation synthesis model, neurocognitive theory, information processing, Cartwright's theory. It's a lot of stuff out there about dreams. But I want to go back to that quote at the top of the hour. Dreams permit each and every one of us to be quietly and safely insane every night of our lives. Charles Fisher. To me, I believe that everybody you see in their waking state is a repressed version of themselves. Oh, they are bursting at the seams, the real them, trying to get out, trying to talk. This is heavy, man, and we relate to people like this. This is heavy stuff. Let me get LS back in here to finish her final thought. LS from Hawthorne, California, get in here.
Okay, so I'll say it quick because I know you got time restrictions going on. But what you said is true. If you fall asleep with the TV on, it can enter into your dreams and you can like make it work in there. But I believe once you get to a certain point where you, depending on what you're searching for in your life, your dreams can give you answers. If you ask a question before you go to sleep, it can give you answers. And then also, if you are very connected to a certain person or something like that, you can utilize your dreams to communicate with that person if this person is also at that level. Dream walking is real. Then the ability to possibly see your partner cheating on you in the dream, that possibly may be more of like a prophetic thing, or your ability to see, like, walk through space-time.
No,
I
believe it's real. I believe it's real. Like,
you do?
Yeah, one of my exes told me I check in on you every now and again. I said, what? Yeah.
Does she do it while she sleeps?
Yeah, like I come to your house and check in. What?
Okay, traveling.
Go ahead.
That makes more sense. So traveling makes more sense because when you're in dream world, you have the ability to move through different dimensions. So the time, space, and doesn't matter and where you're at. So you can go to other places, especially if you can visualize that place. So if she's been there before, it's easier route for her to go. So I'm like, yes, that part. But sometimes people have insecurities about their relationship and they will dream negative things. So that goes to how much do you know yourself? And then you will be able to tell which dream you're having and if this is your insecurity at play, are these your desires at play, or is this actually something that's being shown to you as a revelation?
I hear you, LS. LS, you cooking. She is cooking.
You have to be, you have to know yourself, and you have to be very aware of what it is you are seeking to find. And that will better help you to determine and interpret your dreams.
Wait, hold on, LS. My engineer Andy has something to say real quick.
I low-key want to...
Okay.
Hold on. Boom, there we go.
She cooking.
I just wanted to kind of
hear you.
Semi-piggyback and kind of testify to, what LS is saying. I remember back in college, I had a friend of mine, he was a religious cat, right? And he had just got out of a relationship, right? But he still had love for his ex. But he was also feeling this new girl. So he went to sleep, and in his prayer, the prayer was basically insinuating that he should go holler at the new girl. Hollered at the new girl, didn't work out. But then got back with his ex. They ended up getting married. So it had me thinking, like, was that really God speaking to you in that dream, or was that something else?
Interesting point, man. We appreciate that. LS, guess what you just did?
Hawthorne in the building.
Hawthorne is in the building. If you want to bring your city in the building, all you got to do is follow the instructions. 1-800-920-1580. You know who I got next. No, not yet. I'm going Attila, Houston, Texas. Kid in here. Attila, what are your thoughts on tonight's topic?
What up, What up? How are you?
What up? What are your thoughts on tonight's topic?
Oh, man, so many things. So, LS, amazing. I forgot your actual name, girl, but look, you were spitting, okay? I asked a question in the chat, and I was kind of along the same line she was talking about. And I said, what if we assign and overcomplicate meanings in our dreams because our shadows are controlling our personal narrative? So kind of along that same line, if you don't really have a connection with yourself, your true self, then perhaps your dreams are going to reflect that. So that's one thing. And the last thing I want to talk about in connection to the relationships is spirit husbands and spirit wives are real. Maybe that's the reason why you're not married in the real world. You've created a spiritual contract with a spirit, with a being, and it not only causes stagnation in your relationships, but, just your everyday life, right? Like, I don't think we really think about these things because perhaps the dream is enjoyable. But my thing is, if you had to choose between how do I say this? Uniting with that spirit versus uniting with a real partner. Which would you choose?
I
And they're
choose
not
the
easy
real
to get rid of.
person.
I'm just saying. I mean, everybody. I think everybody would say that, but they're not easy to get rid of. Like those type. If you have that type of spirit on you, it is not easy to get rid of it.
No, I believe
I've
you.
even had dreams about. Sorry.
No, I said I believe you.
Yeah, I mean, I've even had dreams about exes before, like harming me, and it was so weird because the person wasn't a violent person in real life. I think it was more so reflective of the state of our relationship at the time. And so, I believe that dreams can also be warnings too. But I don't really have a whole lot to say on this topic. I just think it's really dope. So
I loved it. Hey,
yeah.
I loved it. Guess what you just did?
I brought Houston in the building.
Houston, Texas is in the building when I come forward. I'm staying in Texas. Dallas, Texas is in the building. You already know who it is and what it's about. When we come forward, more from the VOR.
Is it good to you? More Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams when we come forward.
LADWP is proud to partner with KBLA to share with you how to start the new year without bill worries. We're here to help if you're behind on your bill or need help staying current. Sign up anytime online for Level Pay to set predictable monthly payments throughout the year, including for past due amounts. You can also check out the special extended pay arrangements of up to 48 months to help pay down your bill. If you're a senior or income qualified, you may be eligible for Easy Save to receive discounts and also qualify for free and discounted energy and water saving devices. You can get up to $15,000 for past due water and or sewer bills and up to $3,000 for electric bills. But you gotta act fast. Funding is limited. You can reduce your past due bills and kick off the year right, because here at LADWP, we're here to help. Visit ladwp.com/cares today and find out more.
Hey Californians, are you ready to make your home ownership dreams come true? The California Dream for All Shared Appreciation Loan Program might be for you. First-generation homebuyers can get down payment and closing cost assistance along with a first mortgage to help you unlock the door of your new home. Applications open in April, so talk to an approved lender to see if you're eligible. Find out more at calhfa.ca.gov/dream or call 877-922-5432. A message from the California Housing Finance Agency.
Around here, we don't believe in victimhood. We believe in raising our voices, amplifying black voices in the climate conversation. We're KBLA Talk 1580. KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA reminds you that when we fight, we win, and we don't black down. LA Community Action Network, or LA CAN, was formed in 1999 when 25 residents of downtown LA came together and acknowledged the problems that existed in their community and made a commitment to do something about those problems, to stand together, organize, and become a force in the community that demands change. Civil rights and preventing the criminalization of poverty are their core projects. In addition, they take on women's rights, the human right to housing, and healthy food access. LA CAN also has projects focused on economic development, civic participation, voter engagement, and community media. While downtown LA remains their home base, with a particular emphasis on the Skid Row community, in 2007 they expanded their housing and healthy food access work into South Central Los Angeles. LA CAN believes that power for low-income people and people of color is achieved through a large, active, and well-informed member base that utilizes a multitude of methods to advance their messages and goals. If you'd like to join the Los Angeles Community Action Network and organize people to fight back against oppression, please visit cangress.org. That's cangress.org. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
You know you want some more. It's the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
Hey, man, I ain't even gonna lie. Vanessa Williams? Back in the day? Ooh-wee. Vanessa, I was dreaming too. My playlist is my co-host. Listen, man, tonight's topic has been amazing. Let me get these final callers in here because everybody wants to get their point across. You already know Dallas, Texas. That's Truemonger. Get in here.
I heard payback's a breath on the trigger. That's why I'm sick of getting treated like another damn stepchild. Kill a punk cause I ain't him. You gotta deal with the 9 double limb. The day is coming that you all hate. Just think, and brothers decide to retaliate and try to keep me from running up. I never tell you to get down. It's all about
Truemonger! What
Yes,
up, brother?
sir.
What are your
Yeah.
thoughts, man? What are your thoughts on tonight's topic, brother?
Man,
Yeah, that means
dreams
it was
are a
good.
trip 'cause dreams are a trip because they can tell you all kinds of things. They show you all kinds of things. Whether you accept them or not is a different story. They'll show you things that'll happen in the future. They show you things that you've dealt with in the past. Your ancestors will come through in the dreams. You'll dream about past relationships and past partners or whatever. It might be different scenarios and things that you never really thought of while y'all were together or interacting with each other. But I think they all happen to make you think. Something either happened or didn't happen, and maybe those dreams come up to show you how certain things could have played out, or it could have been a warning, like Arthur was saying. Like maybe you got out of a bad situation.
Right.
So there's always I don't think you just have dreams for the sake of having dreams. There's always a point to them if you even bother to remember them, even those that you forget.
No, man.
Something might happen in...
Truemonger, I was just about to say, I'm black. We believe in dreams. I'm sorry, I'm black. We believe in dreams. That's all it is to it.
Because a lot of times those things actually happen in real time.
Right.
Or moments of it happen in real time. With dreams that you may forget. There'll be something that'll spark that memory that comes up and you're like, oh, I've seen this before.
No, you're 100% right.
I think the key is to try to figure out what the lesson is in that.
Right.
There's always a lesson in everything.
Man, I love it, brother. Guess what you just did?
This is Boy Dallas in the building.
Dallas, Texas is in the building. We appreciate the call. Nikki from the SIP. You already know what this means. Nikki, what are your thoughts on tonight's topic? My goodness, this is a big one.
I am a spirit. I have a soul. I live in a physical body. The spirit of you can go. It does go. Now, when you touched on where it goes relative to our intimate relationships, this is why we're supposed to qualify people that we lay next to real well, because you do not want to be going into that space with a person who may really have those really dark demons, and you find that out in that space. That happens. Whether it's spooky or it isn't spooky. I see dead people for real. I always have since I was a kid. Nothing I can do about that. I have left me in the bed paralyzed and went forward. And when I came back in me and my physical self ended up in the place where my spirit self went, wham, wait a minute. I've been here before. That stuff is real.
You're not gonna get no argument out of me. I'm just listening.
It doesn't have to be spooky, but it is real and it does happen. So be sure about
the people who you lay with. Because if I put in the chat, remember in the movie when Roger kept telling Riggs to wheel him when he was in trouble and he was trying to find where he was. Oh, that's a spirit connection. So you and your mate can do that. You and your siblings can do that. You and your parents can do that. If you are connected, first of all, if you're connected to your spirit self well enough that you can vibrate high enough to reach that other person that you are whatever level of intimate relationship with, that can work. That does work. You know when your babies get harmed. You know when something's happening, mama now. For sure, your mama is using her yoni sense to know when her baby is in trouble.
Okay, I'm listening.
Because you came through there, so she real familiar with that. I'm just saying. It's real. It's not in your imagination. It's just how you tap into it or don't.
Well, you just educated us a bunch. Nikki, you know I love you. Guess what you just did?
Brought the sip in the building. Peace and love.
The sip is in the building because of Deaconess Nikki. Boy, I love Nikki. I love it. I love it. I love it. Lord, she takes us to church every time she calls in. Another fact about dreaming. Did you know that dreams prevent psychosis? In a recent sleep study, students who were awakened at the beginning of each dream but still allowed their 8 hours of sleep all experienced difficulty in concentration, irritability, hallucinations, and signs of psychosis after only 3 days. When finally allowed their REM sleep, the student's brain made up for lost time by greatly increasing the percentage of sleep spent in the REM stage. Now, such thing as sleep debt. Like, you can lose out on some good sleep now. Sleep debt. And if you don't reach the REM state of sleep, you don't dream in color. At the higher levels, not the lower levels of, or I should say at the lower levels of sleep, you only dream in black and white. A full 12% of sighted people dream exclusively in black and white. That's because they don't get all the way down to the REM level. Listen, I started the conversation, man. You finish it. Hey, this is the voice of reason. We love hitting you upside the head. And you know what up? Tavis on the 9s is coming up 9 a.m. and he closes us out at 9 p.m. Get some of that Tavis, man. 3 hours. Let's go.
KBLA 1580 Santa Monica.
Thank you for sharing a part of your Tuesday with us.